Instagram ads for small businesses in 2026. Are they worth it? In this video, we're gonna go over Instagram ads and if they actually are worth it for your business. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, Instagram ads, or better known as meta ads. First thing, if you want to run Instagram ads, run them through the Facebook Meta platform. Do not boost it on your phone because iOS charges a fee. I don't know if Android or Microsoft does, but iOS definitely charges a fee, and it's a substantial fee. And we spend thousands and thousands of dollars a month on ads. So if we were gonna pay that 30 extra percent, it would probably cost us thousands of dollars. So do not run the ads on the phone where it says boost post. Do not do that. Or if it's inside the Instagram app, don't do that. But before we get into all the logistics of it, is it worth it? So back in the day, let's call it like 2010, meta ads were pretty much untapped. You would be able to get huge returns and a ton of traffic for pennies on the dollar. Now in 2026, it's a little bit more competitive, but it can still be lucrative for your business. There are some key fundamentals that you kind of have to understand in order to make them work. And the first of those fundamentals is an offer. You need to make sure you have an offer for your business. For the podcast studio, it's record your first podcast for $99. For maybe if you're a pool cleaning business, it could be, hey, first pool cleaning free with a 6-month subscription, or chlorine tabs included for free with your first month subscription, whatever it is, right? I'm not an expert. Think of an offer, and in the offer, you have to think the viewer has to know what they're getting out of it right away. You have a few seconds to capture their attention. Everybody's scrolling, and you need to solve a problem that they need. And not only do you need to solve that problem, you need to have them say, wow, this is a good deal. Alex Ramosi says, you want a good offer is something that people would feel stupid saying no to, kind of like a fundamental that we base all of our ads on. So when you have a good offer, now the next thing you're gonna need is good video creative. You can get some results with static creatives. I know you could get static creatives from ChatGPT or Canva or any type of AI platform. There's a ton of platforms that will create those creatives for you, and they can be effective, but video work a lot better. And if you want some secret sauce on this, you can go on Fiverr and hire what is called a UGC creator, which is user generated content, to do an ad for you. It's around $150. You can write the script for them. You could use ChatGPT, you could use Claude, you could use any large language model to create a highly effective, and you write the script, you could send that to the UGC creator, and they'll make a video for you, an ad effectively. And this is the secret sauce because UGC ads are doing really exceptionally well on Instagram and Meta at this moment in time. You could do that, so you don't even have to get a fancy camera setup or anything. You just have to have the core offer, the script, UGC creator on Fiverr, and you can have an ad that will do relatively well. Once you get those components, you could put it into, you go into Facebook, you go into your meta ads, like kind of interface if you don't have an agency, and you could plug it in. And here's another super secret sauce that agencies and nobody else is going to tell you, is that Meta, their AI inside of their media buying platform, will likely find your customers better than you can find your customer. I'll repeat so you hear it. Meta's AI will likely find your customers better than you can find your customers. It's kind of insane. And so media buying agencies are charging $2,000-$3,000 a month, and it can be useful to hire a media buying agency, especially if you're doing a large volume. They could provide a lot of key metrics that help you improve your creative over time. So I'm not saying that it's obsolete to have a media buying agency, but if you're just getting started or if you're just dabbling and you want to keep it affordable, you go on Facebook, Meta Ad Library, go to your Meta interface, and you could run an ad, and pretty much all the things that say like suggested, just click the suggested parts. I'll do another video here shortly on the channel, so make sure you subscribe, where I'll go through the exact method in which I do it. Just click what they recommend. It'll say Meta recommends this. You click it, and then in your location, if you're like a regional small business where you're like doing business in a metropolitan area, you just click the metropolitan area. So we're in Las Vegas for our podcast studio. We run ads for Las Vegas because we're in that market space. So we click Las Vegas, and then it'll say recommended Meta, like whatever. You click the recommended thing, and it totally optimizes it. And all you have to do is run it and it will optimize and perform better and better over time. When you get an optimized ad, what will happen is eventually the creative and the offer will fatigue, but you have a solid 45 to 60 days before that ad starts to fatigue. And if you get it to convert at a really decent metric, you could still ride that out. For example, one of our ads for our LA studio, that ad started converting at $2.45 per lead or something like that. We've let it run, I think, over 90 days. It's up to like $4 a lead, which is still really good. Our KPI is 7. So once it goes over $7, I start to experiment on how to optimize it. Maybe it's creative, maybe it's verbiage, something, right? Maybe it's the offer. We start to tweak those things. So going back to the beginning, is running meta ads, Instagram ads worth it for your business? The answer for me is yes. On average, every $1 we put into advertising, we make $3 to $4 back. So for us, it makes sense. Again, there's a lot of nuances, right? The ad creative, the offer, the media buying. So it does on your business. But for example, like some coaches and consultants, they'll sell their core for, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000. So at that point, like you can afford to acquire a customer for a lot more, right? And it depends on the lifetime value of the customer. So on some of our ads, it costs us around $140, between $80 and $140 to acquire a sale, like transaction on the website. But our lifetime value of our client is in the thousands of dollars because they come back, month over month, session over session. So each client is valued at, thousands of dollars. It's hard to say because we've only been in business for that business for roughly a year. But to answer the question at the beginning of this video, is it worth running and learning Instagram ads? I would say absolutely. If you need any help with that, we're not necessarily taking on any new clients, but you could drop a comment. I'll have the link to our studio business. You could send us a submission. Again, we're not taking on any clients for our marketing firm at the moment, but if we can align in one way or another, I'm sure I could help you out. And like always, thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.